If you guys are ready, we'll go 3,
Yeah.
2. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Ragtag Radio Riot. Internet enthusiasts tuning in to hear who is doing this hip-hop hardball while giving local musicians ammunitions to amplify their audio outcry. Uncle Gary found out about internet radio and wrecked his car while trying to operate a laptop. Episode of the Days Grimm. My name is Brian Michael Day.
My name is Thomas Grimm.
What's up, dude?
Not much, you know. Just,
doing okay?
Yeah.
God bless you, dude.
Thank you.
Music's a little loud. Let's turn that down, dude.
All over the place.
Oh, dude, is it spitting?
Yeah.
Is that motherfucker spitting?
Yeah, I don't know why they always spit for me.
Sheesh, dude. Man, I'll tell you what. We've had a weird week, man. We've had a weird couple weeks, dude. You're doing okay, though?
Yeah. Crazy,
Fuck yeah, man. I'm sweaty. I don't know. I'm tired. I constantly keep feeling I know I'm 30. Every day I wake up knowing that I'm 30.
Yeah.
30 plus. Because, like, I woke up one day and my neck hurt. Like, so bad.
And it
Like,
didn't go away.
scoliosis bad. Like, a whole week. And then that finally goes away. And I was like, all right, I'm back in the gym again. And then I wake up and then my stomach hurts one day. And then I wake up the next day and my wrist hurts one day. I'm just like, dude, I'm dying every day.
Falling apart.
I'm dying every day, a little bit. But you're okay, though, because you're not 30.
Right, I guess.
You got, what, 2 more years?
Yeah. Inside, though, I'm like 106.
You're an old soul. You're an old soul, my sir.
But joining us today
with the intro,
in
son.
the Days Grimm studio is D.Hicks. How are you, my man?
Man, I'm doing great and I'm blessed, my man.
D.Hicks, what's up, sir?
Hey, what's up, my man?
Dang, dude. And we just met the other day, dude.
Right,
Honestly,
right,
I reached out to you. We got hooked up together by Trent Small, dude. Shout out to B-Face, dude.
Right.
I hope all is well and God is with you, sir. Yeah, man, we got linked up from B-Face Smalls, dude. How's he doing? Have you seen him recently?
Yes, he is, man.
You said he had linked up with somebody on a track or something recently, right?
Right, he linked up with Zion.
With who?
With Zion.
Zion?
Right, yes, they have a track.
Okay, do you
that
know
they're
Zion?
rocking
I don't
right
know
now
Zion.
together.
So go ahead and give the folks a little bit of a, and this is your camera right here to the left of me.
Okay.
Go ahead and give the folks a little bit of a 60-second teaser of
What you do. So, like the intro Brian wrote teased a little bit with internet radio.
Right,
But,
yeah.
like,
who is D.Hicks and what do you do?
Well, basically, I'm owner of Live 100 Wurm.
Okay.
We're a multimedia platform that supports independent artists and entrepreneurs. We give them a platform that they probably wouldn't have if it really wasn't for what the Wurm is really trying to do for the independent artists.
And that's
You know,
neat.
that way they can hear themselves alongside of major artists that are already out there to get an idea to perfect their craft.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
what we're set up for, right?
Okay. So internet radio and just supporting the local music scene, local entrepreneurs, et cetera, et cetera. So how long have you been doing that? Just out of curiosity.
Man, off and on. I know it sounds crazy. Off and on, probably since '97.
Dang,
Wow.
dude.
In and out, and then finally linked up with Nino Incognito. Used to be
Your partner in crime right there.
my partner in crime.
Dang.
He used to be one of the other local radio stations, and during the pandemic, they kind of like disbanded, and they didn't call him back, and we decided to start our own entity of radio.
Right.
Okay. So he used to work with a major radio station.
Right.
So
yes.
he's got a feel
he has
for
a background
for the studio.
Exactly right.
Okay. And then, so I guess how did let's not dive too deep into.
So let's get this death of the week knocked out of the way so we can dive in deep into
Yeah,
this.
I've got so many questions, my
Yeah,
dude.
most definitely.
But we do this thing every week called the death of the week, man. It's just a weird or strange way or a funny way that someone's died. It's a play on the name of the show, The Days Grimm. So you tell people the name of your podcast and you say The Days Grimm, and people are like, oh, you talk about dead, spooky stuff all the time? We're like,
Right.
no, we interview people. It's dope. Check it out.
Right.
But so since we have the name, I feel like we have to do our due diligence in this week's Death of the Week.
Brought to you by Corn Dog Development.
Super sick coasters, dude. Right here, bro.
Use
Knox, man.
promo code The Days Grimm and save 10%
10%, dude. Check them out. Links in the description, guys.
in the bio.
Dude, so here we go. This week's Death of the Week, 7 September 1990, Sydney, Australia is where we're going. It says here, men seem to have an affinity for large trucks. What else can explain the actions of a 34-year-old thief who decided to take possession of the engine of an old Bedford tip truck or dump truck in America? So get it right, folks. Damn Aussies, dude. The truck was parked outside a glass recycling company in Alexandria. It generally takes 3 men to lift an engine block of this size, but our enterprising pilferer, I don't know what that word means, decided that the best way to remove the engine was from below rather than the conventional out the top with the crane technique. I like how they hyphenated out the top the technique. He crawled under the cab and began to loosen the bolts. Suddenly, the engine block broke loose and landed on his face, killing him instantly. Police ascertained that he had at least one accomplice. This is judging by the pool of vomit found under a nearby bush. An employee discovered his body early the next morning. The manager said that the truck was about to be scrapped. Quote, if he had come and asked me for it, I would have just given it to him. End quote. That's this week's Death of the Week. You damn Aussies, dude.
I just never... Who would think to undo an engine from the bottom?
Yeah.
We've got a little experience with that recently.
Yeah, from the side.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. So I don't know, man. I think if I'm stealing a motor, I think there's a couple of things that are going to happen here.
You may as well take the whole car.
I'm
Right.
probably just going to steal the vehicle.
Right.
Probably just going to do my best to steal the entire vehicle, all bolts and everything. But if I have to just steal the motor, I'm bringing more than one dude. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm bringing like another vehicle, some sort of a pulley system. Like, what the hell, dude?
There's
What
so
do you
many
think
better
about that,
ways.
D? You ever know anybody that's tried to steal an engine?
Not an engine.
an
but
entire
maybe
engine?
an entire car. But not an engine, though.
Not an engine. Well,
No.
good Lord. Those things are fucking heavy, dude. So
Right.
don't do it, guys. Don't
D,
do it.
Did you grow up in Evansville?
I actually grew up in Kentucky.
Really? What part?
Whereabouts?
Henderson went to military in 87.
Dang, okay.
What branch of the military?
Army. I spent 8 years in the Army.
Oh, what was your MOS, sir?
88 Mike, motor transportation.
He was a driver, ladies and
Was a
gents.
driver.
He was a
then
driver.
I went from that to 11 Bravo.
Oh, yeah, that's
And
what's up.
Weren't you 11 Bravo?
I was 11 Bravo as well. Got that bang, bang blood in me,
So
boy.
our radio station is veteran owned.
Hell yeah.
Nino was a Marine.
Oh,
So-
Nino is a Marine?
Yes, he is a Marine, so we're veteran owned as well. So.
Sick, man. Sick.
Right.
We are not veteran owned as a podcast. We are 50-50 down the middle. So
Did you know? Yeah. So technically, like since I'm not a veteran and Brian is a veteran, he has to own 51% for it to be veteran owned.
Wow,
Isn't
get outta
that
here.
dumb as shit?
That's crazy.
So, and then like now he has this looming. If we were to do that, then
I
there-
would do it.
I would.
Sign
Yeah.
the paperwork and
I
give
know,
it
but
on
that's
over.
dumb. That like I would get
But
that.
the only thing is, we don't get any government benefit contract
Right.
for it other than the label.
Yeah, there's no benefit for us to be a
Right.
veteran-owned company. I mean, other than the aesthetics, you know what I mean?
But we do interviews. So like, I guess last month we had a veteran on basically
yeah, dude.
every single week of the month.
That's awesome,
For-
man. For veteran, okay, that's awesome.
Dude, we've had
All kinds of
so
veterans
many
on.
veterans on. Like,
So where'd you tour at?
First duty station was Germany, and then I went from Germany to Egypt, and then from Egypt.
I was Egypt. What's up?
It was great. I got a chance to see the pyramids, things that I normally wouldn't get a chance to see, the
Right.
Sphinx. So
Did you get to like ride a camel? My sister went to Kuwait.
no,
and
I didn't get on the camel.
She
man.
got to take pictures with camels. She
Right, I
waited like
refused
so
to get on the
long.
camel. Didn't want to do that. But going inside the pyramid was really exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to go inside the pyramid?
Mhm.
What the hell? What was that like?
Well, when you're walking into the pyramid itself,
It's got to be smaller than you imagine,
it is
right?
small, so
Okay.
you're always leaning forward.
Mm-hmm.
That we're paying homage to the dead. I guess is decided to do it.
Okay.
Keep it a bound position when you're walking through the pyramid, right?
Right.
But it's amazing, man, because they had electricity and everything.
That's great. Inside the
Man.
pyramid?
Oh yeah.
They had it hooked up, dude. So you guys weren't having to do like Raiders of the Lost Ark with like the
Right.
damn
No,
torch
no.
and
No.
a headlamp.
They didn't.
Not
Dude,
at all.
all they had to do was just plug it in, man. You know, the Egyptians already had that shit.
Oh yes.
Yeah, dude. So, dude,
So okay, after Egypt, were you just stationed like on bases, or were you doing like active?
Well, I'm a Desert Storm, Desert Shield veteran. So Iraq, and then Fort Stewart, Georgia, and most units that I was in, being 11 Bravo, 88 Mike Motor Transportation, was either headquarters companies or rapid deployment companies.
So you were still driving in Iraq.
That was-
Hot ammo.
that was pretty common. Even if you were an 11 Bravo in Iraq, that like you guys drove a lot.
Still drove a lot, regardless, right?
Yeah.
So we actually just had a guy on, Grant Mattingly, that was he was a roller. He was like he was like in the lead truck.
The mine rollers.
Were you a part of like a crew like that where they had a?
Well, I was part of a headquarters company, and then we got attached to Old Ironside.
Hey, that was my unit. I was 3 AD out of I was in 5 AD or 5th AD. I would be on the spot right now, but I was in 5th AD, the Dorito patch. So
You're right.
yeah, not the
Right. We got attached to them guys, and so pretty much it was just balls to the wall, man.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I'll tell you what, dude. What was it? I think it was 2nd AD that was the infamous the World War II general.
Right.
Patton was 2 AD. So there's a lot of history with
And I came from the 3rd Infantry Division, so
there's a lot of history in that
Right.
in those divisions. So that's a cool place to be. So you leave Iraq and then you come. When do you get out of service? Or I guess
I got out.
you did how long in again?
8 years.
8 years,
So 86 to 95.
and probably hit like E5, E6 by then.
E5.
E5.
E5 promotable.
Okay.
Lost rank.
Dang, what'd you do? Did you karate chop a 6-year-old in Iraq or something?
I had a buddy, Randy Wallace, man, and we used to get in a little trouble, man.
Damn, dude. Well, that's 11 Bravos. That's our job, dude.
I
Yeah.
hear you. So.
You just got to be better at getting away with it.
Right, right.
Yeah, man. No, but so you do 8 years in. So you're getting out in, what does that mean? Like 89, 90,
95.
95?
Yeah, about 95.
And that's when you said you kind of started to get into radio in a way.
Started getting the radio because I never went to school for radio.
So when you come out of the military, did they have the college grant thing or anything like that at the
They
time?
did, but be honest with you, man, I was one of those knuckleheads. School never was for me.
Right.
I've always been a hands-on approach type of guy.
Yeah, I'm the same
Yeah.
way. I'm terrible at test taking. Like
I am,
like,
man. I've always been hands-on approach because I never went to school for radio.
I'm going to say something and know that
Yes.
this doesn't pertain to you. This
Right,
only
yeah,
pertains to
sure.
my friend Thomas
Right.
here. When you say you're a bad test taker, you mean you're stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're clear.
I'm a little slow too, but I'm an honest slow though.
Right.
I'm joking.
Right. Yeah.
No, I like to give Thomas a hard time. He makes fun of me being bald. I make fun of him for looking like Ryan Gosling. It just kind of goes on and on and on.
No. So what's it like getting into radio in 1995?
And how old are you at that point? Just out of like roughly, are you 20?
Well, right now,
20.
I don't mind putting my age out there. Right now, I'm 53.
So what were you then when you were first getting into radio? 20.
20. My son was
Would make you about
92.
25.
Exactly.
If you
25, 26.
Yeah, if you were 7, 8 years in the Army.
Yeah,
at 18.
25, 26.
Okay. So you're about 25,
And
26.
What's radio like then? Because the internet was, I guess the internet was around.
It was around, but we had dial-up almost.
Right.
It was trash. Yeah, it was awful.
There was no streaming music.
Well, there was streaming music. Remember, what was it, LimeWire?
Napster.
Yeah.
Napster, that they pushed. Well, I worked for a major retailer in the area, and at the time, though, we had to push Napster
Oh, really?
as part of the computer package.
That's what's up. And then, like 5 years later, musicians and shit would start hollering and yelling about Napster and stealing music.
It was
Right.
it was LimeWire and
LimeWire,
they
Rocket.
actually just made a series on Netflix about it called The Playlist, talking about how Spotify got their start.
Oh,
Yeah.
no shit.
But musicians were throwing a fit because they were like, they're making all this music and then they're getting it for free essentially.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it was like a huge, like the music industry almost collapsed. But the whole thing, so Spotify started in like Greenland or some shit like that. So the whole thing's dubbed.
Oh, sick, dude. Do you do Netflix? Do you Netflix and chill very often?
No, man, my day really consists of listening to music
Okay, I dig
on
that.
a day-to-day basis because I have a lot of independent artists that send me music.
Right.
Respect.
So my day is just filled with music. I rarely watch television. When I do watch television, it's the same thing. Sanford and Son.
Yeah.
Sanford and Son. I
And
don't think
Oldie
I've seen
but
that
Goodie.
one. I don't think I've seen that
You
one.
ever
You
seen
never
that?
seen Sanford
No,
and Son
man.
with Red Fox?
No, I'm trash.
Brian grew up in a trailer park, so when he says he's trash, he's trailer park trash.
Man, it's a great series.
Yeah, man. Our like peak of entertainment in the trailer park was like when a storm cloud would come around. We'd be like, "Is this the one?"
Is this the one, huh?
You know what? I,
Which neighbor's
Wow.
house isn't chained down right now?
Wow.
no. Shout out to my old trailer park, man. I hope you guys are good, dude.
No, so what was it like back then? So like, were you trying to get like a satellite or because like radio?
No, we've always found ways to get around,
Okay.
to produce the music. Like I said, I've had a lot of home-based studios, but to get around and even have dial-up or even LimeWire or things of that nature, man, I've always been surrounded by people that are smarter than me, and I learned from them.
Hell yeah, that's how I've survived
So
this long.
when do you think this really started to like come together to like
Within
the basis, the very very like cornerstone of what it is now?
Within the last year.
Okay.
It's taken that long.
Is that when you got your partner?
Yes.
Okay.
Like I said, right after when the pandemic started.
So when the sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
When the pandemic started, a lot of people, I know in the music scene, were going like live or whatever, having people send in their music, and they would give like reviews and everything like that. Was that almost like your calling?
That's all.
Of,
That
like,
was
I
the
need to get
accent.
back
That was
into this?
that was the calling for that. And Nino having the skills that he had and the radio voice and things of that nature, and then me having some of the contacts that I've had. And be honest with you, Evansville itself is a hotbed for hip hop music.
It really is. There's so many,
But just a
good
lot of venues,
artists.
and I hate to say it, but a lot of venues in the area don't support it.
Right? And it's crazy too, because like it's like Evansville's music wise, they have like a big heavy metal presence,
Right,
and then they have a
right.
huge hip hop presence. And
They
it's
do,
like
but
that-
the hip hop presence,
yeah.
man, has been such negative.
And then the only thing the city,
Stigma? Would you say
There
stigma?
you go.
And
Yeah, I
then-
would say a stigma
I guess you got
toward
country.
hip hop.
Yeah.
Well, now you have country hip hop,
Right.
but really and truly though, country hip hop is more than just putting a accent on that.
What's your take on that? Because you've
I
got
think it's great.
because we were talking about it the other day. He told me BG just cut a country track.
Yeah, Brandon
Did you know that?
Gabriel.
Yeah,
did.
well, he does. So he does a lot of these TikToks, and I think
Right.
BG's really smart for this.
Yes, he
And
is.
so there's all kinds of people out there that they're like, they'll make a beat or they'll play an instrument, and then they'll do like a chorus, and then they leave a blank part, and then they just like fill in the gap, like show me what you can do, and then they just see who can hop on it. A lot of these famous artists started doing it as well with certain songs. So they call it like Gucci Man had a challenge like it. Somebody else had a challenge. They throw them out as challenges.
Didn't we just have somebody in that did one just 4 or 5 weeks ago?
It was a Christian rapper challenge, I believe. It was Jolie, right?
Yeah, it was Jolie.
Like that. Yeah,
that's
but
what it was.
It's the same concept. But BG does this on TikTok, and he destroys them.
Oh, dude,
or whatever.
BG.
That's why I almost started the episode with, "Hey Alexa, play the Days Grimm podcast."
Dude, I'll tell you what, BG, speaking of those TikToks, and then I'll drop this. He did one the other day, the challenges you're talking about, and it was this beat that I can only describe to you as it sounded like two emus fucking in a banana bush. Dude, it was a beat that sounded like two blind kids fighting in a paper bag.
Right.
And then there was some kind of a bass drum that had like a 3-1-2 count. And I was like, what the fuck is this beat? And then the letters, the text was like, if you can rhyme to this, you can rhyme to anything. And BG came on and just slayed it. And I was like,
wow.
I was like, dude, and it made sense too. I was just like, how do you do? He changed his cadence to meet the beat. I was like, dude, he is retarded.
Yes, he is.
Retardedly talented.
Right. He's great.
Yeah.
It's almost, yeah.
Shout out BG, dude.
Yeah. And but people say the same thing about Kanye too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I would say BG's like a local Kanye in a way.
Yeah, for sure.
Minus all the craziness.
There you go. Yeah, minus all the crazy.
Minus the anti-Semitism, maybe.
Yeah.
Just a hair.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure BG is pro-Jew.
Yeah, dude, I'm very pro-Jew, man.
Oh, yeah. You have
I need dude, and honestly, I'll tell you what, if we could get a business manager, that'd be the way I'd go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Give
mean,
me a Weinstein or
we'd have
something.
to put that on ethnicity, Jewish. You know what I mean? Because you can't ask, but just make sure they check that box. You know what I mean?
But then you can't exclude other people. You can't say you'd have to be
yeah, we'd have to at least interview other people.
Maybe we just legally change our last names to entice a Jewish person.
Maybe I don't want to change my last name.
Hardstein.
Maybe we get a producer.
We'll figure it out after the show. Which, by the way, we're in the market for a producer. If you know anybody decent.
So in this time, when you bring, what's your partner's name again?
Nino Incognito.
Nino Incognito.
And did we say who he worked for? Do we not want to say who he worked for?
I don't want to say.
I wouldn't drop it.
I don't want to say that. If he was here, I would leave that option up to him.
Right.
Nino, we're missing you.
So you guys, when did you meet Nino?
I've been knowing Nino off and on for 20 years, but we never really linked up. We knew a lot of the same people, a lot of the same local DJs, and we would end up in some of the same places. Remember Duck Inn?
No.
Years ago, over on Pollock, they would have...
Is that where JJ's is now?
Pollock, and where is it?
Covert?
I don't get to the...
Pollock and Green River. The Duck Inn right there by Jimmy's on a Pizza.
Oh.
Around that area. I can't think of the street, the side street that it is, but Nino used to be a rapper. He's originally from Chicago.
Okay, Chi-Town.
And yes. And,
Chirac.
That really just set him up, for the Marines,
Dude,
growing
honestly,
up in Chirac. You know what I mean?
And then just driving however the fuck he wants to, because they do that in Chicago
the
too.
Marines, and then he was like, this was nothing compared to...
I saw a dude driving on a sidewalk in Chicago one time.
I had a lady walk up to me and clean one shoe. I told her, I was like, I have no money to give you. Literally, the monk ripped me off for my last $10. Okay,
hey, respect the hustle, dude.
No money.
Respect the game.
And she was like, it's okay, I'll clean the shoe.
Respect the game, dude. Respect the game. She's hustling out there, dude. Streets is real.
Oh yeah.
So all right. So he comes from Chicago. He comes from Chirac. So y'all link up by knowing the same people,
right?
But then COVID happens, and then what? Just lockdown and
just lockdown, man.
And then he leaves his employer at that time, or
well, he gets furloughed or laid off. He gets
basically, there you go.
Furloughed.
They never called him.
Damn.
Never called him back.
So do you hit him up, or does he hit you up?
We was just at the crib one day, just having a good time, man. Listening to music. Then said, man, we need to start our own station. And we didn't limit ourselves. And then we started going to Indianapolis. Shout out to Ron Davis from D-Boy Records. He's throwing a lot of showcases. And so I went and I studied.
You ever heard of Boogie Bang up there?
No, I haven't.
He's in Indy. He's a little like DJ up and coming. I met a few years ago.
Okay.
And and everything I've learned thus far is just sitting back and paying attention to detail. And I think I learned that from the military.
Attention to detail. Looking for the small shit. Yep. That's important in a lot of things, man. And then also another important thing is, like you just said, just sitting. Sometimes if you can just sit and shut your mouth for a minute and
you
just
learn a lot.
Open your ears, whether you're around people, whether you're by yourself. Yeah,
you learn a lot.
Just
do you do that
up.
without music though? Or do you have music playing when you get to that zone? So like sometimes when I drive in the car, I don't have the radio on at all. Just so I can.
Well, I start my day off with music.
Okay.
As soon as I raise up, man, I'm cranking Spiritual Tony. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him. He's an independent artist. I don't know exactly where he's from, but he sings a lot of spiritual music.
I like that.
He has a song called Grand Rising.
Okay.
And I usually listen to that first thing in the morning to get my day going and get it pumped. And then a lot of people send us music in, people I never even heard of before. And that's what makes this job so enjoyable, because I'm able to open up that door and to provide a platform, because we don't charge to pay to play their music on our platform at all. If they send us a clean MP3 and it's edited, man, they're guaranteed to get in rotation.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. So when something like this starts, what makes you pick? So like radio. So like you could have made a Spotify playlist or whatever with these artist things, but then you couldn't have had your own voice and opinion and your own starlight. And then like you could have bought AM or FM station. What makes you pick internet radio?
Well,
what sets that apart, I guess?
Internet radio is worldwide. The terrestrial channel itself is only going to limit to your audience.
Okay.
As far as it's going to allow you to go.
Right, so you can reach the whole world.
I can reach the whole world.
Right.
You just send somebody your link, and they can tune in.
I guess,
and they can tune in. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to.
Was internet radio a thing when you were in the military?
No.
Okay.
No, it was still terrestrial channels.
But so in the 90s, though, like it was coming up.
It was up and coming.
It was really, really on the brink. I want to say there was some. I remember when I was a kid, there was some form of a radio that.
Wasn't it 365.com at one time?
It might have been. I can't remember. But yeah, so like it was very, very on the brink whenever I was like 8, 9, 10. But when I was 11, 12, 13, 2001, 2, 3, it took off.
It took off.
I just want to, like, what's that setup look like? In a way.
It's a very simple setup, man. Our radio station, man, it's portable. We can take our laptop. We have just a standard.
So as long as you have like a laptop to put something in queue, like is it playing right now, like 24/7?
Yeah, it plays 24/7 around the clock.
How often do you update your playlist? Like every day with the new?
Usually with the new music, with just only two of us working, we update our new playlist the first Tuesday of every month.
First Tuesday of every month?
First Tuesday every month, where we try to get all the new music in, because, don't want people to get flooded with a lot of music. And also, to a big shout out to Big Coop. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. He's from Evansville.
I feel like you've said that name around me before.
No, we just had Cooper on.
I'm thinking of Cooper. That's what I'm thinking of.
I Am Cooper is a painter from Fort Branch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, big shout out to him if you guys
He actually painted a basketball court for Nipsey Hussle before he passed away.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Before Nipsey Hussle passed away.
For Puma, for Nipsey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. He's got a really, really cool story. That was episode 92 if you guys are listening and not viewing. But
so like we have our RSS feed host platform.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it gives us analytics. How do you get your analytics?
We go through radio.co.
Okay.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
So there's a similar program.
There's a similar program. They're based overseas, over in England, if I'm not mistaken. Or the UK, excuse me.
Okay.
And they allow us the platform or the tools that allow us to broadcast independent music. We say edited music because that itself in return gives the artists more exposure with the edited music versus sending raw music. The raw music, We do have a program called Live Raw, where the unedited music gets played, but it normally gets played once an hour
Okay.
in a 24-hour period.
Oh, okay. Is it like a late night show, basically?
Yeah, it usually starts around.
And this is
10.
live, so you guys like cut in with your voices and talk during
Yeah,
this time?
or sometimes it is pre-recorded. 'Cause like I said, right now we only have 2 people
Right.
that are DJ. Or excuse me, they're just Nino and myself.
Fuck yeah. It's all you need, dog. 2 people.
2 people, man, and then we have DJ Long Green out of Indianapolis, DJ Sky High, and then we have DJ Top Notch. They mixes for us, and then we just set those particular time slots
Okay.
to give the independent artists a chance to hear the music.
Do you get to hear? So, are they pulling artists from their local area?
Their
Indy,
local area, like
Columbus, all that?
Exactly, right.
Okay.
Right, the local area. But
So,
then I tell a lot of times, though, the artists to get with me, and I will send the music to the DJs.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever reach out to like an artist, like you hear somebody or see something on Facebook or Instagram,
Gotta
and
get him,
you're
you know
like,
what I
this
mean?
guy's dope, like Indiana Youngin or whatever?
He's hot, man.
Oh yeah,
He's bad, dude.
And I do follow a lot of people,
He's a bad dude.
but I don't say much. Like I said, I have a platform that I'm opened up to the artists,
right.
and I can only do so much.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I reach out to him. He's like, it's just not time yet, bro.
Right.
He's
I can
got
only-
a system.
I just got to worry too, though, that, I can lead a horse to water, but I can't make him drink.
Right.
Yep.
So until they're ready to pursue that themselves, I can't do anything but just keep that platform open for them.
Right.
100%. 100%.
And that's the same way we feel too when we reach out to certain people. We even reach out to big time people that come in through town. We're just like, we're gonna shoot our shot. You know what I
Right.
mean?
The only thing they can do is tell you no.
Right.
He does.
But
Taylor
Thomas
Swift
does.
coming to town. I'm sending a message. Bert Chrysler coming to town for stand up, going to the hockey game.
Man,
he
that's
posted
awesome,
something.
man.
He posted something like on his Instagram story of him at the Iceman game, and I was
Uh-huh.
like, "Hey, got time for a podcast?" And he probably never saw it, but
hey,
you know
that's
what I mean?
awesome, man. But over the weekend we had a showcase. We gave away a $250 cash prize and also a write up in Hood Idol magazine. Lex Luger, the Backwood ambassador, big shout out to him from being from Mississippi. He came through town, and it was a really good turnout. A lot of local artists got to perform. We had 12, 13, about 14 acts that performed.
Damn, that's a
this
lot.
past Saturday.
Were a lot of them like 1 and 2 hitters?
Well,
Or do they
for a
are
certain price, we gave them 10 minutes to perform, and 10 minutes, man, gives you about 4
three
songs, and a melody
yeah.
and a hook.
yeah.
Right.
It gives you time to showcase your talent. And
So-
the winner won $250 plus a write up in Hood Idol magazine, Hood Idol playlist, and that's basically about it.
Can we? So this event just happened.
Mm-hmm.
So we're recording a little bit in advance, about a week in advance. So, who took the grand prize that night? Out of curiosity, do you recall?
A group, MMG, they're out of St. Louis, if I'm not mistaken. Some of them are from St. Louis. MMG, Kodak Codeine. I don't know if you guys heard of him, but he's from the area, local tri-state guy. And like I said, man, there's a lot of music that just has not been heard.
Right.
And this area, it is a hotbed
Right.
for hip hop music. And I just wish a lot of other vendors or some of the location people that have access for these artists to perform, but we've been open up the door and we're trying to break
Well,
that
it's hard
stigma.
because social media only shows you so much.
So
you
much
know what I mean?
negativity
Well, and
about
like
it,
it doesn't.
right.
What it doesn't show you. So like I wouldn't find a new artist local in Evansville on Instagram most likely, or my Facebook. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's only going to show me what I see in the 5 minutes a day I'm on there.
Right.
Tops. So it's
And
like
man, shout out to Max Bridges. I don't know if you guys know him, Dat Boy Max. It's a guy that I deal with. There's some hot guys around here, man.
So you guys have actually found a way to monetize this. Are you doing it full time?
Yes, I do it full time because I am also a disabled veteran.
Okay.
So it allows me the time to get out there and be personal with the artists and things that nature, right? So yes.
And then, okay, so I feel like, okay, so going back to the indie guys.
Yes.
Some of the DJs from like farther north.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have two good questions. So one, they're pulling in talent and putting together these playlists from their local independent artists, which is super dope. Do they ever get to plug themselves live as, quote, quote, live, like, hey, DJ, whatever, like, do you ever hear their voices on your channel, or is it just these mixes that they send to you?
No, they put their voice on our channel. Like
do.
I said, a lot of times, though, the program itself, like I said, just two of us, is pre-recorded. But then, they themselves will create the mixes, things of that nature, put their voice on there.
I got
Then
you.
they send us the MP3, and then we'll plug the commercials and everything.
Because I'm going to start listening. I'm going to be honest with you. If I start hearing like DJ Tornado, I'm going to be like, who the hell is this guy? This is not the guy I signed up for. I need to know in advance, mentally prepare myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we have a mix.
So it's not just you two.
No, it's not just us.
There's
two
5 or 6 of y'all that kind
five
of...
or six of us that's taking jumps. Like I said, DJ Sky High comes on at 5 o'clock for the traffic hour. DJ Top Notch comes on 7 o'clock for the second shift show, and DJ Long Green comes on for the midday show, 12 until 1.
Are these every day?
Every day.
Really?
Yes.
That's
Then on Sundays, do you play like church music in the morning?
We only dedicate an hour of our time for community service.
Hey, that's an hour. Jesus only needs an hour, dude.
And if somebody's listening, we are looking to expand that an hour to Christian hip hop as well too. If we can find a DJ that's interested in it.
we might have a DJ or two. DJ Beams.
I was gonna ask, yeah. So we have a DJ and DJ Beams. He does a lot of live stuff,
a lot of weddings
and events and stuff like that, and he'll mix and master stuff on the fly and scratch it.
But he knows a lot of Christian artists,
and I'll tell you, he sent us 3 now.
The show just if he's listed, man, the show just has to be pre-recorded, sent to us. We'll plug it in, and we roll with it.
My second question, aside from the other DJs, so you said that this area is a hotbed for hip hop music. I would argue that it's music in general. There's a lot of
there's a lot of music. Well,
in general.
Yeah, I'm glad you corrected me on that because you're right. Just music in general.
There's a lot of creative folks around here.
You're right.
My question though about that is, what about this? Because you hear people complain about this town all the time. It's a suck hole. It's a black hole. You'll never get out of there.
You know why?
It's a crab barrel.
Older.
Why? What about this place makes it a hotbed for music? What brings this creativity to this area? Maybe not even with just music, but there's painters here. There's
painters.
There's writers here. There's a ton of doing this podcast. I've learned that there are so many like creative folks around here that are exactly like you said earlier, just not been heard yet.
Not been heard
There's
yet.
a couple that have been heard.
Right. There are a couple that have been heard, but I have to blame it on the people that have control these venues that aren't willing to step outside of the box.
You think so?
Afraid to step outside the box because they want to be normal. They don't want to be
define normal.
Well, you get up every day, you take a shower, you get dressed.
Maybe take a poop.
There you go.
You probably poop and then you shower.
Bob and Jane are just sitting there. In other words, if you're not cliquish,
yeah, I get you.
I'm not going to fit into your realm or your world.
So if your name is like Zane Doe and you have purple dreadlocks, that's probably not normal.
Exactly.
I see what you're saying. So what do you think? How do you beat that stigma?
Keep pushing it.
You think so?
And not giving up, and then just keep pushing it and pushing, and then to so I really recognize, well, hey, those guys are doing something very well. Like this past event we had, I was a little nervous at first because we did have it on the particular area, and a lot of times with hip hop it has a stigma that it brings a lot of violence, but it wasn't any violence. And I think that's why a lot of people are afraid because of what they see.
And this is a question I like to ask a lot of the hip hop individuals that are in the hip hop community in general that come into the studio.
Right.
My question is, what say you to the individuals in the hip hop community that almost thrive off of violence?
Promoting violence.
Their music is about violence, and their music videos are based around essentially crime scenes, and they think that it's almost cool to push the envelope.
That has to go with the executives themselves. Just allowing that to happen.
Well, a lot of them are like independent artists that I see that.
Right, but still, there's somebody behind them that's pushing them to do that.
Or the industry's been set up that way this entire time, so they got to put something out along those lines.
But then, though, you fit inside a box. You fit into a category.
Or they start living it, and then they fall off,
Right.
That's the downside.
That's the downside to it, right.
Yeah, it's a dicey road, man. I could see that hip hop would be more unjustly, shut down at venues as opposed to maybe a rock band or like
but
you know what I mean?
Have there ever been any hip hop artists that performed at the Front Porch Festival?
None that I know of.
Right.
Really?
I just thought of that. But that would be interesting to see next year if they could get a few.
They will never let it happen. I'm sorry.
You don't think so?
No, because, that's why I tell a lot of artists, whenever you're making music, make sure you have something that's radio ready.
Right.
Because, in a sense, when you just send something like, bam, bam, I'm going to shoot you up, this and that, or vice versa to something that's about unity, things of that nature that's able to be edited. That way more people can tune in and relate to your music.
Do you think that a few should be a little more versed, like BG, where they could team up with like a local musician group and perform like in a team almost for like a song or two? I feel like BG could easily do that. He knows enough people.
A lot of people really could do that. A lot of people have that capability. Like BG's done some of Max's. BG's also a video photographer as well too. He's directed a couple of Max Bridges videos, Loud Love.
How big are you into music videos?
Huge.
You like Dax?
Oh, Dax's one takes are fucking sick.
Yes.
Crazy.
Nasty, dude. Dax, and not to mention the dude's just a damn lyricist, spit from the damn devil's eyeballs, dude. That guy's a madman. And he's got dope hair, too.
And our goal is, like I said, this past contest we had a showcase we gave away $250. We have another showcase coming December 17th. Mm-hmm. We're bringing Eternal from the Wu-Tang Kill Bees down.
Okay.
And we're getting away a $500 cash prize.
Same venue as this last weekend?
Same venue, 1321
1321
Covert Avenue. The Avenue, it's new. It's next to AutoZone.
Yeah, right there off of Diamond. No, not Diamond. 41.
Covert and 41 next to Burger
41.
King.
Okay. Yeah.
So we do have a showcase coming December 17th this year. $500 cash prize.
Is there like an entry fee?
Yes, there is entry fee. I know it sounds crazy, but it's $100
for the artist. Okay.
Or $125 to buy for the $500 cash. MMG is already won an automatic bid to be in this contest because they won the last contest.
Okay.
And this is something that we're trying to up. Each time we have a contest, we're going to up the ante.
Okay.
Right. So
the last winner.
I was asking about. So like, if we came, or anybody came, is there a door fee? I guess.
Yes. I know this last door fee was only $15 at the door, but we did tickets $10 in advance.
Okay.
But it's straight up to the artists themselves though to promote.
Right.
As
100%.
well too.
100%.
So we gave the artists tickets to get their money back.
I don't
want an entry fee.
I don't want to give anything away, but we're talking about doing an event, and Thomas and I were actually talking about the way how the door money gets split up and et cetera, and we both decided that it should go to the artist or whatever.
And that's how we did it. That's why
But yeah, they need that money for sure.
$250. And like I said, the next one is $500. And we gave away, like I said, with the 250, we gave a magazine article away for Hood Idol magazine.
Right, the exposure.
The exposure. That's what it's about.
What's the name of the magazine again?
Hood Idol magazine, Lex
Hood Idol.
Luger.
And it's Lex Luger. that runs that?
Lexluga. Luger. Lex Luger.
Okay, and you've known him for a while, or do you know him?
No,
personally?
I met him back in Madisonville, Kentucky, at the 4th Annual Music Festival in Madisonville, Kentucky, back in September, and he was actually surprised that we were able to link up and network with him as fast as we did.
Yeah, it really jumped on the ball.
Yeah, because he says, there's a lot of times where a lot of people, he said he meets a lot of people, and people say they want to do things or network, and then it's almost a year or 2 years before he hears from them.
I feel like with a smaller operation, that benefits folks like us in a lot of ways. When it's a 20-person team and you've got some scout going to this event and they're like, they run into a guy that they could use and they're like, okay, I'm going to tell my producer, and then my producer's going to tell my talent, and then my talent's going to talk to their talent.
And then by the time we got to you,
the
the
one
whole
paper's
story's been
touched
five.
Yeah.
The whole thing's trickled down.
I run into you the other day. I tell Thomas, I was like, hey, this guy does internet radio and he's super nice and dope. And he was like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? That's all it takes. You are upper, middle, and lower management. Like you handle everything. So it's kind of nice. And I bet that's a big reason why he was, so prone to cling to you, because you guys were quick on the action, quick on the trigger.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
A small operation is a nice thing sometimes.
Yes. And then he also blessed us with our own show on his platform. He has right now, I do look at people's followers. But he even blessed us with our own own radio show, Urban Revolution Radio, to go on his platform on Wednesday starting next week at 7 p.m.
Next week's the first time?
The first time
you're doing
us to
it?
put a show on his platform.
So what's this show going to...
Will that be every
We're going to
week
do
for
independent
like an hour?
artists, but what's so neat about this show is that we get to cuss.
What?
Get to be strictly unedited music.
Yeah, and you could be unedited here too. We can say
Right.
fuck, shit, damn.
Hey, I know it, man.
Titties.
Hey,
Titties.
titties.
Yeah,
titties,
dude.
yeah.
Hey, can we talk about that, though? Like, okay, real quick.
Yeah, what's
are you
up,
a married man?
No, man. I used to have a pet a long time ago.
Dude, are you booty or titties, dude? Gotta know. Gotta know right off the
I'm
rip.
bold, man.
Really? You couldn't. You got
But
to pick one, though.
I like a thicker woman, though, man.
do-
So
I agree.
I love a curve. I love a woman with a lot of curves.
Yep. I'm in on that.
You can't have curves and not have bold.
No, 100%. Yeah, I'm in on that. I think if I had to pick, I'm a butt guy. I have to go butt. What about you?
No, I
Tommy?
say titties, man.
Well, you gotta go.
Probably butt.
Really? Yeah.
Titties,
I like
man.
that. It's a neck and neck for me, though. I'm
I heard
50-50, dude. I'm 50-50 hard. We like to get wild. It doesn't really
Right.
matter. Sometimes our guests will,
See, really, when people ask me that, I just say I'm a pussy guy.
boom, there's the
You know what I
answer.
mean? When they're like
answer
asking
right there.
titties, and you're like, "What's the pussy like?"
Yeah, dude, it doesn't matter, man.
Yes.
Is it attached to a woman? I'm in. No, dude. No, that's exciting, man. So next Wednesday is your first one with.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
will that be like an hour-long show?
It's gonna be an hour-long show, 7 p.m. I don't know if it's gonna be Central Time or Eastern Time. I'm not exactly sure, but this is pretty neat. I can show you guys a picture real fast.
Yeah,
You guys
and that'll
can-
be every week.
Tell you what,
that'll be every week.
you can
yes.
text it to me real quick. Honestly, you got my cell phone number, right?
Yeah.
Can you text me the picture?
Yeah, that way we can pull
I'm
it up
seeing
on
the picture.
screen.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
That'll be perfect if you want to text it to me. But so what's his what syndicate is he operating off of? Is he on an internet radio host as well?
Yeah, Hood
He is?
Idol. It's actually Hood Idol Radio, man. He's very well established, man.
And it's down in Madisonville?
No. He's from Mississippi.
Oh, you're going on. Oh, well, you're
No,
not.
but
going.
my show itself is going to be broadcasted from here in Evansville.
Okay, so you're staying here.
Yeah. And then we're just going to send him the MP3,
Okay,
and then he's going to broadcast it on his affiliate radio station. Right?
that's awesome, man.
Yes. So
That's
we
awesome.
linked up. And it's all about networking because you never know who's listening to you.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Right.
You have to, it really is, when you're in this kind of a business, like we do the podcast, it's somewhat similar. We don't stop at music. We just interview basically anybody that's got a story worth talking about. You know, it really is who you know, and then when you have a conversation with somebody, treat them as if they're, family, friends. Be very, very kind, cordial, and then the show ends. You guys have a little couple minutes afterwards, and then they're like, "Oh man, you would love this person." And then boom, there's your next person.
That's exactly what it was, right?
So networking is half the battle.
I got an interesting question. So like, we can see what cities have had a download or whatever. Has there ever been like a city that you saw on yours that you're just like, wow, man, this is cool?
Really, what surprised me, like, we have people in Africa listening to us.
Dude,
and I never thought I would be like worldwide, even though it's not any major number, but somebody's tuning in over there.
At least one person every week or something. Yeah.
Keeps tuning in from their Trinidad, Tobago. People from there tune in. So yeah.
We got a couple folks up in Scandinavia that are big fans of us.
That's awesome, man.
Dude, we got one in Switzerland, and
we got some people in Europe that download every week too.
Yeah, dude. And dude, it's something weird about the internet and like how like man. It like you so innate like okay, if I'm thinking just as a consumer, like I love music just like the next guy. So I go to Spotify. Just because, like, I pay for it, it's commercialless, no commercials, I can get whatever I want, drop of a dime. But there's this weird thing with like podcasting and like the internet radio, where there's like that personable feel where you get to know a human being, and then how far that can reach. It blows my mind. That
but also how far it can get overdone too, though, with like your regular radio.
Dude, like, and that's what I'm saying. With regular radio, you're really limited.
Dude, there's a dude in Africa who knows who you are.
Right. So
just like let that sink in for a second.
Exactly.
The only time you've been to Africa was Egypt.
That's it.
Maybe you met him there. I don't know. I don't know, dude.
I doubt it. So.
Did you make any friends in Egypt? I don't
know. No. Well, there was a fine ass girl where her name was Lam.
Lam?
She was beautiful, man.
An Egyptian woman?
Yes.
Sounds a lot like llama. I'm just
Lam. Could you
like
imagine?
Lam.
She was sexy too, man.
I bet.
Lam.
There's some really beautiful Middle Eastern women.
Was that
so much
Was that the first time you saw a dust storm was over there?
No, man. My first time I seen a storm like this, a camel walked through the middle of a damn tent. Wind was blowing all crazy, man, and they get kind of, navigation, they walking through the desert.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody just walk straight through the damn tent.
They don't give a shit, dude.
They don't give a shit, man.
No, they're big as hell. They'll do whatever they want. You doing another one? No, but I'm interested in the future of. I know that a lot of folks use Spotify and the Pandora, Apple Music, Amazon Music.
I hardly ever listen to any of those playlists.
I know
because I get so much independent music in
that's the downside, is that you don't get these guys that aren't on labels. I mean, you can if you're searching. Like, you really got to know what you're looking for.
Were you big into DatPiff?
DatPiff's huge.
Yeah, but again, at the end of the day, I get a ton of independent music in where I really don't listen to that.
Right, you don't need to really.
I don't really need to listen or flip out, because I'm a true believer in. I do listen to the independent music.
100%. I do. So I have an interesting question. As far as the independent music that you get, I mean, you're dealing with like hundreds of independent artists from, here to indie to whoever that you're hearing. How often is it, like, if you had to divide it into two percentages, like 80-20, 70-30, like, what percentage of the music is, I'm referencing only hip hop music for the record. What percentage of the music is like, okay, tolerable to really, really like fire, like tolerable to fire? And then what's the, like, okay, not tolerable to holy hell, that was awful. You know what I mean? Like, what's the range of, like, how often do you just run into a track?
Or like mix and mastered versus like not mix and mastered?
I love some rough mixes, because some rough mixes, man, sound great.
Oh yeah, like Eminem did that mix in a parking lot, bashing on Donald Trump.
Right,
and it
you
was
feel me?
He was drinking a Red Bull, and there were like cars honking in the background, and like there was a hobo throwing up in the back, and like you could hear it all, and it was fucking dope.
Right. So, but it's just really, like I said, I have my artists that I listen to, but I rarely get any bad music from independent music because they're hungry.
Yeah.
When it gets watered down is when they become industrialized.
No, what can you expand on that? What do you mean watered down and industrialized?
Because they start putting artists inside a box.
So that the artist starts feeling like they got to meet a code almost. They got to like put out
a target to aim inside of.
Put out a recipe.
A recipe, like, all of a sudden, you get Johnny that's rapping about all his pain and drama that he's been through his whole entire life, which a lot of people can relate to.
And they're like,
the next thing you know, he blows up. I'm a gangster. No, don't, So it's just the person I touch from the artists that have not made it yet, because their music is more approachable and more relatable versus somebody that's been industrialized.
I think, it was David Allan Coe who said, David, I'm a big country guy, so like I had to look up this quote, but David Allan Coe once said, can you make the folks feel what you feel inside? And he's talking about, it's this song, The Ride, where he picks up a lonely hitchhiker, and the lonely hitchhiker happens to be, I think it winds up being Hank Williams Jr. or something. But either way, he like looks at the kid and he was like, if you want to make it in this industry, what you have to do is tell people how you really feel inside.
That's it.
Yeah, and that's all it is.
Right.
So whether it's about your day, whether it's about doing laundry, but you can't fake it. You got to really tap into your feelings and what it is that the song's about, and you got to put it out there accurately. And find a way to make people feel it.
Right.
That's the key. That's what makes good music.
Right.
David Allan Coe hit it right on the head. So what do you see for the future of the Wurm, your internet radio?
Well, we also want to get into managing artists.
Okay. And that's not happening yet, though.
That's not happening yet.
And you're not taking artists on by any chance?
Right now, at the moment, I'm dealing with the people that I want to deal with, that I feel comfortable dealing with. As we go on and as we grow, of course, there's going to be tasks that are going to have to be assigned to other individuals. I don't want to take on more than I can chew right now.
100%, yeah.
Because it wouldn't be fair to
like you said in the beginning, sit back and analyze the situation.
Yeah.
And that's basically the phase you're at right now.
Yeah, sit back, be quiet, and just listen and learn.
That's it.
That's really neat. But in the future, you see, getting into managing a little bit.
Yes.
And you think Nino's in on that too, or do you think this is
Yeah,
gonna be
we've already talked about it.
So it'd be a group effort.
It'd be a group effort.
That's cool.
It'd be a group effort. And then, like I said,
and then just keep the radio where it's at, you think?
No, we're planning on, man. My goal is to get out and network over, like I said, the Big Coop, which I keep bringing them up. Nicodemus, he's from Evansville. We're planning on hitting the road this summer.
Okay. Doing like a tour? Or
doing like a tour, hitting a lot of different cities down south.
That's what you said the nice part is you're 100% mobile.
Yes.
So
radio station's 100% mobile. As long as you have internet connection, we can plug in, man.
Right.
That's what's up, man.
So D, has there ever been a moment on this trip that was just like dark or that like made you want to throw in the towel and then like
every day sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Every day.
Every day.
That's called being human, sir. So.
Exactly. Every day. Because I'm a very structured person. And a lot of artists don't understand. Exactly. And I think that if I'd have had this back then, I'm glad now that I'm coming to the peak with this and people finally starting to get into the internet radio. If I had it when I was in my 20s, I'd have lost it by now.
Okay.
Now that I have the knowledge
and the tools that you
and
required.
the tools that I required in my 50s, I'm more appreciative about it.
Yeah. And so what helps you pull through those moments every day? Or like what helps you keep going?
Do you have like an anchor that kind of like helps you keep focused on, the task at hand or that front side aperture or, just to keep moving forward? Do you have like Like for me, it's my mom. My mama keeps me driving.
Right. Yeah, I lost my mother about in 2018.
Oh,
and
sorry
I'm
to hear
also a cancer survivor. That's why me and Trent
Get along.
get along so well. Cause he was also, and I kind of understand where his music's coming from.
Yeah.
I'm a prostate cancer survivor. I got prostate cancer when I was 49.
Congrats. Not too many people beat that.
Right. Yeah, and I beat that.
And you're 4 years out.
I'm 4 years out now.
Damn.
And
look-
then I met
That's a
Trent.
big win.
Oh yeah, it's huge, man. So
And you
not
look
only-
great. Like you look healthy.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Not only was I given a second chance for the things that I tried to do and accomplish, I got to run with it.
100%. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I have to run and seize the opportunity
Right.
of what I was set here to do and build up on.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Keep your
There's
foot on the
other-
gas, man.
That's it, man. Nonstop.
The so the 100 the Wurm, where can folks
Tune in.
Yeah, how do people tune in, I guess? And
You can actually, if you have an Android phone, you can go to the Play Store, go to Live 100, and the icon should pop up. We're in the process of having an Apple app developed. It takes Apple so long.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got to go through it, make sure it's approved for their platform.
Yeah,
and-
yeah,
dude,
man. It is taking them
anything
forever.
Apple takes forever, dude.
Or you can go directly to the website itself at www.live100thewurm.com. And matter of fact, you got it up on the screen right there. You go directly
Yep.
to, yes.
So this will be you guys right here, and this is going to be kind of what you guys will see whenever you pull up into the
And we're going to be changing some things
website.
around. Like I said, I sent you the image to our new radio show that's going to be on Hood Idol Radio. I just sent you the image. Matter of fact, big ups to Trent Small for redoing our other logo for Urban Revolution Radio.
Dang, and that is I like that a lot. Live 100 Urban Revolution Radio
Hashtag bars.
bars, dude. I like
Because
that.
I want to incorporate.
I like the Wurm. Who did
Trent.
Trent did it?
Yes.
That's sick, dude. Shout out to Trent, dude. Good
Yes.
job, brother. That looks killer. And I think I can see Egypt from here, dude. I wonder how Llama's doing down there.
Yeah, Lam Lam.
Lam, dude.
That was the name, man. Lam Lam.
Dude. So D, we've had a wild
Well, before last minute shout outs,
Yeah,
who
sure.
do you
Yeah,
want to
yeah, yeah.
who do you want to shout out, and then also promote yourself, promote what's coming up, where people can find you once again, and
Oh, we also have a YouTube page, Live 100 The Wurm. You go to our YouTube page. We're on all social media platforms. Big shout out to Big Cooper. Like I said, without him, man, him with his dedication with the music, I want to really give a shout out to that boy Max, Nicodemus, Trent Small, of course, and my partner Nino Incognito.
on the YouTube channel that you had mentioned. So does that insinuate that there's a live or a video version of you guys, or is it just audio on YouTube?
During our Artist of the Month, 'cause we have an Artist of the Month segment.
Okay.
And what we do on our platform is that the artists, we will interview the artists, and then we'll do an interview and we'll feature that song for the whole entire month.
Okay.
Wow.
For
Hell
the
yeah.
artist, right?
Hell yeah. Great
That's
exposure.
Yes.
And then all on your website, there's if you're an artist listening and you've never heard of these guys, or you're trying to get in, they can contact you on your
Right.
website, correct?
On our website, or they can go to live100 WRM@gmail.com.
Okay. So
And they
shoot you
can
an email.
contact us at, or I'll be glad to give out my number. Area code 812-773-3071 is the business phone number.
Okay.
That's a direct line, and that will ring directly to my cell phone.
Okay.
Okay.
So I have everything hooked up where I can be reached.
Awesome.
Dude, I'm so pumped about having a fellow, well, first off, a radio voice in the room. I
Right.
feel like I don't really necessarily have one. I don't feel like if anyone does, maybe you do. But
I doubt it.
No, I appreciate your time, D. I'm excited to see what's happening with the Wurm coming up, moving forward.
Yeah, you have to let me know when the Apple version drops. And
Yeah,
I'll
but
download
you can
that
still
app.
get it, though. Only thing you have to do is just put in our web address on your phone.
Oh yeah, and then add it to the home
And
screen.
add it to the home screen.
Yes,
There you
sir.
go. I'm looking forward to it, man. So we're gonna stay in touch. We'll get you on in here in a few months or another, year from now, and we'll see the expanding that you've done in a year's time, and we will talk again, sir.
Yeah, and I
hopefully
appreciate you
Nino
guys
can
having-
make it next time.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having us, man.
No,
It's our
man.
pleasure.
Thank you very much. This has been another thrilling episode of the Days Grimm. My name is Brian Michael Day.
My name is Thomas Grimm, and this has been D. Hicks.
Thank you very much, D. I appreciate it.
Blessings, guys.
Thank you,
Appreciate
thank you, thank you.
it. Yes, sir.
Hey guys, if you liked what you heard today, there will be a new episode next Tuesday, as well as every Tuesday at 6 a.m. So hit that subscribe button and let your phone do all the work for you.